Hi, this is Chad Heath. We're here as part of the Netmark video testimonial series, and we're here with Mike Toombs from SunRise Cleaning and Restoration. Mike has been a client of Netmark for several years now, and Mike, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, thank you. We really appreciate you being willing to do this for us. Obviously, we've sent a lot of people over to you to have testimonials, and we just can't do that all the time. There's just too many people who call, and we wouldn't want to flood you with 20, 30 testimonials a month. It's just too many. And so we appreciate what you've done. You know, we appreciate the people that you talk to, and it's been great. But we're going to try to go.
We're happy to help.
Okay, sounds good. Well, SunRise Cleaning and Restoration, maybe you can give us just a quick overview of what the company does.
Well, the name's pretty self-explanatory. You know, we clean and restore homes and properties and businesses, focusing on fire and water damage, cleanup and repair, and carpet cleaning services, both in people's homes and in businesses.
Okay.
Been in business a little over 30 years, so we've been around long enough to you know, learn from our mistakes, and
nice.
We're still here in spite of today's economy.
Good, very good, and you're thriving.
We think so. Some days a little more than others. You know, it's always a challenge in business, but you know, we do know you know, our online presence, search engine optimization that Netmark has given us and helped us with has made a huge difference.
That's awesome.
Yeah, a huge difference.
Sounds good. Well, how long have you been with Netmark now?
At least 3 years, maybe a little longer. Three to 4 years, I would say.
Gotcha.
Again, it's been a huge success. You know, we can go look at the numbers, and it's pretty easy to see that the number of daily calls that we get from online searches as a result of the good placement that we've obtained has made all the difference in the world.
You were saying something about the number of calls that you get every day is dramatically different than before. Is that correct? Well,
compared to people that are in what has always been traditional in the past of print yellow page type ads, they don't work.
So you've done yellow page advertising for a really long time.
Well, that's all that's been available.
Yeah.
You know, that's what everybody did. And you know, in order to get any kind of a decent placement, you had to spend huge amounts of money to get further up in the front of the book, which you know, may or may not work for you. Whereas online search engine with proper search engine optimization puts everybody on a level playing field. So if we got with Yellow Pages 2-3 calls a month from Yellow Page, we were happy.
Gotcha.
You know, we felt we were having some success. You know, on a good productive day, through Google searches, search engine optimization, we'll get 5 to 8 calls a day.
Wow. Okay, I didn't realize it was that much.
Direct results of people finding us through search engine.
So you weren't kidding the other day. I thought that you were exaggerating.
Nope.
You were saying that you got 30 to 40 times as many calls.
Oh yeah, easily.
Wow. Okay, that's awesome. Now I'm curious. When you started with Netmark, there's typically a phase that our clients go through, okay, where it's usually once you hit about the 3-month mark, search engine optimization wise, not very much happens in Google for the first few months. It's you know, there's you know, you might be bumping up incrementally in very small ways, but you're often not cracking page 1. You're definitely not at the top of page 1, and it's not usually until either somewhere between about the 4 to 6 month mark that you really start getting the big money results, or at least start feeling like you're breaking even. How you know? Can you tell us about kind of that experience for you?
It took about 3 months. 3 months where we started to rank in you know, 1, 2, or 3 in different areas and categories. And that ranking is important, but what is equally important is to have a good website that people can look at once they click on you. And that's the other thing that Netmark's done a wonderful job with us.
Nice.
And helping us to, you know, with our input to, you know, develop a site that's not only attractive to look at but easy to negotiate. and interactive. We worked hard to make our website interactive so that the customers have a reason to stay for long enough to be convinced that we're a company. Proper reviews through Google are also critical. So I would say it probably took 3 to 4 months to where we started having some good rankings, and we're definitely we find our competition copies what we're doing, and that's a compliment. So
yeah. Which and so you always have to. We keep working for you to keep you ahead of that competition.
Keep us ahead of the curve. Yeah.
Just for the benefit of anybody who's watching, sometimes those results can come in 3 months. Sometimes they can. We've had overnight success stories, but it's atypical. Usually it's going to take a little bit longer. And so, in all honesty, usually if we can get a client to about the 6-month mark, that's when our clients are usually feeling pretty good about the service. So Netmark provides search engine optimization for you, and has done web development. Have we done any other services for you?
Just web development,
Okay.
maintaining the site, making changes and adjustments. I mean, I'm constantly looking online, looking at other competitive type sites in the service industry, and just to look and see how. If I like that and it appeals to me, I think it'll appeal to my customer. I have regular meetings with Jared over there at Netmark, and we sit down and we look at our results, what our rankings are, and where our searches are coming from, and we do a real thorough job of maintaining that. So that's what you have to do. It's a living, breathing thing. Whereas a phone book,
right.
The ad would come out at the first of the year, and you were stuck with it. There wasn't anything that you could do, and that's the beauty of a website and search engine optimization. You can adjust it and tweak it and change it and make it work for you continuously.
Change the strategy, do some A/B testing if it's not working. So
put up some offers. You test it, you see if it works. If it doesn't, you make a change. You're constantly tweaking it. And what happens is, and I'll tell your viewers is. Don't be content with just getting your website in one place and leaving it there. You've got to work it.
Yeah.
And it's like anything else. The more you work it, the better the results.
Right. And I'm sure that you weren't getting at the very beginning. You weren't getting as many calls as you're getting now.
Oh no. We had another company that did the initial design of our website, and they did a good job for us. It was basic. We worked well together, and we got that done. But they didn't do search engine optimization. And so when I connected up with Netmark and began to understand what search engine optimization was, you hear this term SEO, and what's that? But once I began to understand what it was, I realized how important it was, and to make those changes so that when those search engines were looking for us, and so we pop up right there at the top. And it's a good place to be.
That's awesome. So I gave you forewarning before I came here. That I was going to ask, that I was going to try to dig up some dirt too. The viewers here who are watching this, number one, they really want to hear about a lot of the positive results, but they also want to hear about when the same thing when people call you up, they want to try to dig up and find something, something that's negative, something that can validate. Now, obviously, every company has mistakes, every company has faults and flaws. What are maybe some of the things that that you think that we could use some improvement on, or some challenges that over the course of the last 3 years that
you asked me that ahead of time, Chad, and I really can't say anything negative. Jared and anyone else that I've worked there at Netmark, I just can't say enough positive, because Jared follows through. I send him an email and I make a request, and he's on top of it. If anything, I find he's kind of on top of me to follow through with the things that he's trying to get done for me. So
he's pushing you a little bit.
He's pushing me a little bit, and that's.
Does he ever get a little bit annoying?
No.
Okay.
No.
Well, I was trying to make something come out negative.
I know you're trying to tell me, if there's anything negative, but I just can't say that, folks. I'm sorry. I'm very pleased, and you can call me, and I'll confirm that.
Yeah.
So it is what it is. If you can't go wrong with these folks, they'll do you a good job.
Well, we appreciate we really appreciate the testimonial and the ability to do business with you. What, would you recommend Netmark to anybody, or would you recommend Netmark to certain clients, certain different companies? What would be...
If you're a small business trying to get ahead of the big competitor, you really need a powerful website with good search engine.
Mm-hmm.
That is the advantage you have over the guy who has a lot of resources that you don't.
Mm-hmm.
Because today's customer is finding products and services purely from doing searches.
Mm-hmm.
Every day I ask people, how did you find us? Oh, we just did a Google search.
Mm-hmm.
Well, did you do that from your computer? Oh, no, I just did it from my cell phone.
Mm.
And more and more people are doing it just right straight from their cell phone. They go to their website, and again, I think that's important. You have to have a good website, and that's the other thing that you folks are good at helping us. So the biggest advantage is, if you're a small business person and you want to get a leg up on a larger competitor, whether it's a local or a national level, a website with good search engine is the way to do it.
Mike, thank you so much for taking all the time today to talk to our prospective customers here, and we really appreciate you being a client, and hope that we have a real long and fruitful relationship. So
thank you very much
again.
Thanks, Chad.
All right, you take care.